Oh, C is for channel, isn't it?
C is for channel, yeah.
Say Swimfan.
Yes, okay. All right. Hi, I'm Jesse Bradford from the movie Swimfan, and you're watching C31.
Hey, I'm at the Prince of Wales. We're here, private room only, to interview Jesse Bradford. So we're going to check it out on Living It Loud. Okay, we're here on the rooftop, Prince of Wales. You're getting nervous.
No, I'm a mover.
You're a mover?
I'm a constant mover.
Well, you're supposed to be a big star, but you look kind of small. Do you want to swap seats?
Ouch.
Do you feel comfortable sitting down there?
I'm good in the junior chair, man. I feel confident in my junior chair.
Now you're out here doing promotion for Swimfan.
Yes, I am.
It's a bit of a movie about stalking, so...
yes it is.
What possessed you to do this movie?
It was a good script. Erica Christensen's involvement with the project was intriguing to me.
Why was that?
Because I think she did a good job in Traffic. And she had a lot of buzz around her at the time, still does.
Does that make it hard? You've got to think of, I've got to be off that level as well, or find a bit of competitive?
No. There's definitely some competition going on in this business, but I don't need to compete with somebody who would never steal a role from me.
Yeah.
Why do I need, I don't need to compete with them? Well, me and Eric aren't up for the same project, so there's no competition involved there. But John Polson, also another reason. The director to me is a pretty important sort of ingredient, and I watched Siam Sunset, his last movie, and found it to be a pretty good example of creative filmmaking.
Would have been the heartthrob, really. You've got that status, the new face. You've
Okay.
got awards for best new face.
That's true. I did. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, maybe.
You give good face. Is that what you're saying? It's a bit of a Johnny Depp thing going on, isn't it?
I don't know.
Do you hate that?
Good face.
Do you hate being compared to someone like that?
Not to Johnny Depp. I think he's really talented, and he's been incredibly lucky in terms of the roles that he's gotten to play and the broad scope of interesting people he's gotten to work with and stuff. I'd kill for that career.
And who do you idolize in the film industry?
In terms of hoping to have a career like that, Johnny Depp's a great example of somebody who I'd definitely love to. I'd be lucky to have a career like that. You know what I mean?
You're getting there now. It's what, down 7 films now?
You know what? More like 17.
17.
Yeah, something just shy of 20.
So
it's fun. It's exciting.
You're Swimfan. You're doing all these athletic type.
Yeah.
Fit while you're here? I mean, you've been practice swimming.
I was in the best shape of my life doing Swimfan, and then I promptly sprained my ankle about 3 weeks after we were done shooting, and so I couldn't even really move for a couple weeks there, and it all went downhill.
Now there was a lot of underwater scenes. You spent what, 8 days doing the underwater scenes?
Yeah, no, more than that, I would say, actually. About 2 weeks in the pool.
How long
yeah, that's tough. That's tough forever, and I give great face too.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's get the camera on.
You know, I remember the last time I timed myself holding my breath, I could do a minute. I don't think I can do a minute anymore. I really don't.
No.
And you know, that's just boring to watch, isn't it?
Well, you know, I couldn't shut you up anymore. Just hold your breath for a minute. Now, this is the first sex scene you did in a movie.
Yes, it is. That's true.
How uncomfortable was that? How hard was that?
It is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. It's such a sort of it's probably the most, sex is probably the most real, organic thing that you can do, and to fake it, to just flat out fake it and have it just be something that you're trying to make it so real, but it's just not, is weird. Definitely weird.
So you're a good faker?
I don't know.
You're pretty believable in the movie, I must say.
You know, I keep saying that. I keep talking about and nobody ever makes the faking it joke. You're the first one to make that joke.
So then, what would you? Obviously, do you have a relationship at the moment?
No, I actually just got out of a very long one, 2.5 years.
So how do you know if a woman's faking it? Now that you've got the experience of faking it, can you tell?
I wish I could tell. I can't tell. Come on, I got no clue. I don't know what I'm doing.
Now the movie's got that stalking edge to it. Are you ever feared that you may be stalked?
No, I mean, it's something that you obviously don't ever want to have to deal with, and I hope and pray that I won't have to, but I'm not afraid of it either. I mean, I don't see it happening, really. I don't see it happening, so.
but then you're becoming that heartthrob. So what makes a heartthrob? What do you think makes a heartthrob?
I don't know.
Is it looks?
I don't sit around analyzing that stuff. I have no idea.
But how do you take it on when people say, "Oh, you're the new hottest thing. You're a stud. You're everything that they
Not that many people are saying that to me anyway.
Really?
So I think the best thing you can do is ignore that kind of thing. Take it as a compliment, and then move right along and not dwell on it. Because if you start thinking about it too hard, you're gonna psych yourself out, or you're gonna end up taking yourself too seriously, or
So how do you keep it real?
That's
a tough one, because most people, you get up to that Hollywood standard that once you get to a certain A-list, a lot of them change. They become that power role. Are you afraid of that, or can you keep it real?
You know, most of my friends are kids that I've known since forever, since beginning of high school, since beginning of middle school, since, age 12 or younger. I got a couple friends that I've known since I was 5 years old that are still friends of mine. So I think that's one thing.
You keep
this sort of basis of people, that you've just known since forever, and nothing's ever going to change between you.
Can you make new friends though? Is it
definitely.
hard?
I'm making new friends all the time.
All the time.
It's exciting, especially since I'm single. It's weird. Like, you just get out and meet. I don't mean in terms of like girls or that kind of thing necessarily, but just all of a sudden you're not in that routine anymore of like, okay, I've got my girlfriend and I go home every night and hang out with her and we make dinner and watch a movie, and it's like you're out meeting people, and you're more open to new stuff, and it's like it's interesting. So I've made some friends recently.
What have you been up to?
Promoting the hell out of the film. Haven't seen a single kangaroo. I wanted to see some kangaroos. I wanted to see some dingoes. I was hoping to see all kinds of stuff.
How do you find Melbourne to America? It's quite similar.
Well, I kind of draw a parallel. I'm drawing a parallel between Sydney and Los Angeles and Melbourne and New York.
Okay,
really? That's kind of what I'm doing, yeah.
I would say the
part of Melbourne reminded me of Boston as well. Just in the look, though, not in the vibe. No, I feel like the vibe in Melbourne is like a little more fast-paced, a little more...
than Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney had this laid-back beach vibe, like LA.
Oh, you were just stuck on the beach. We're going to take you down the beach here. The
yeah, keep in mind, this is after 10 days of experience here. I don't know what's going on. But it's just been cool.
So what's your goal then? Where do you want to end up? What sort of movie roles do you
I want to be able to keep putting food on the table with acting. I'd like to get to a point where I can just, do the roles that I really want to do, that really interest me and that present challenges. Well, you kind of get surprised every time, I mean, there's no specific genre I want to play. There is a role I want to play. I want to play Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And why is that?
Because I think he's an interesting person. I really admire his guitar playing, and I think it would be a fun challenge to try to betray him.
You do a bit of playing.
I do.
What do you do?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Bass.
I play guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah. 10 years.
10 years. Yeah. So pretty good.
I'm okay.
What about guitar? Did you bring your guitar down here?
It's I have a guitar with me. It's kind of far away right now, but
we should get you out on the street, do a bit of busking.
Get me to busk.
You need money.
Busking.
You want to continue that job through. We'll just get you busking.
Nobody says busking in the States, but I happen to know that term from a Canadian. Canadian taught me that term.
What do you call it?
I don't know. Street performers. Busking is a great, concise word for it. We just don't use it, and you never hear that in the States. But yeah, so I'm actually hoping to get some music stuff going at some point in the future too.
Come out with a CD or something like that?
I got to get the band together first. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, But yeah, at some point that would be great.
I know a lot of actors do that. They start off being actors and they do the band thing.
and I think a lot of people. It's funny that I think more people, to use the Australian term, if you're an actor and you turn to musician, they want to take the piss out of you right away. You know, if you're a musician turned actor, they want to kiss your ass. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't know. I guess I'm taking the more difficult route, but I don't care.
Depends how good you are. I know, like Bruce Willis did, but they kind of like, oh god, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, it does depend how good you are. But you know what? I just want to have a good time with it. Just if somebody will come watch me play, that'll be enough for me.
And what do you play? What's your music?
Well, it's tough to explain. I guess it falls into the rock category, but I'm into like jazz and funky blues and like stuff like that. Verbal bars, huh?
Verbal bars. I want to see some verbal bars going. I'll just do the beat. Okay.
I think you're gonna have to wait for the CD to come out.
Okay. We're gonna have just noise, yeah? You're embarrassed? Go on, give me.
What, you want me to, I can't sing. I'm not a singer.
Right.
I don't sing.
Bow.
Here, I'll just air guitar for you.
Hey, the air guitar competition's pretty good.
I have seen that. I've seen that. Is that down here?
Yeah, we had that down here.
I've seen that. I've seen that in like, you know, Guitar Player magazine or something.
We should get.
I don't think I could do that.
Air guitar performance.
No, just go watch Bring It On if you want to see that.
Oh, okay. Yes. So when you watch yourself, how do you feel? Are you sort of the worst critic, or? You see things and go. Oh,
when I see something, definitely. Yeah. When I see something I don't like, I'm upset about it, and I wish that that they had used a different take, or that I'd done better, or whatever. But I'm usually, there's only usually a couple moments like that. For the most part, I'm usually pleased enough with what I do.
How much is Jesse and Ben? Is there any of you in this?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It was a character. I think there's two types of characters. From my perspective, when I'm reading a script, there are the characters that I respond to because of how they're like me, and the characters that I respond to because of how they're not like me. And he was one where it's more like the sort of I think the road to take was just to try to be natural, you know, just try to be real. But I am a tough critic on myself, and I'll beat myself up sometimes about stuff where I don't. If there's like, you know, just one thing that I didn't like, I'll dwell on it, you know. But I try not to.
We'll just cut that out of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
The relationship in the movie's been, you guys, the co-stars with Erica and so on, the bond is quite strong there between you. How long did it take you guys to get that relationship together?
Me and Erica?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she played her character really well and gave me a lot to work with in terms of just reacting off of her. Reacting off of trying to figure this girl out, trying to figure out what's off here, you know, what?
We're here at the Region tonight for the Millinery collection, the 2002. It's all hats off, well actually hats on here in Living It Loud.
This special event is probably the head turner of the Spring Racing Carnival. Tonight we're going to see more than 100 hats from 30 different elements. So some hot tips there and some fantastic fashions in these hats.
Because this is not really a hat, is it?
No, it's just a headpiece. Bit of fluff, bit of nonsense going on.
It's kind of a mock hat thing.
It is. It's a kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
Are you looking for a hat? Because you've only got that.
No, I made it. I'm exhibiting here, so yeah, it's just a bit of nonsense going on with feathers. So yeah.
Pretty easy. Just something you whip up yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Whipped it up last night because I had nothing else to wear. So
how important is the hat to say Cup or Oaks Day or the whole weekend?
The
really?
hat is everything. That's it.
That's it.
Cup is the hat. That's
Why does we only have to wait for what? A wedding? Cup? What else?
Oh, cocktail parties.
Cocktail party. Yeah.
You know, walking around the house naked, you can wear a hat.
Just a hat.
Just doing the dishes.
I like that. I might just come around.
Wear a hat all the time.
Yeah. So how often do you walk around naked wearing a hat?
Oh, you know, whenever I feel like it.
Can I have your card and we'll do an interview at home? Tell us, how many hats did you have on display?
5.
5 hats.
Yes.
Now, you made a bit of an impression there.
Oh, did I? Well,
a very broad range as well.
Well, I try to show a variety of what styles I can do and my flair for different designs.
Are these one-offs as well?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Do you only do one-offs?
I do.
Yep.
This one here won at Wagga for the Golden Gown Award for the racewear. So,
okay, fantastic.
The black and white.
So how much do they range from?
Well, they range from about $250 up to about $500.
500? Oh, that's not that bad. That's the maximum. 500 is pretty good. How long does it take you to manufacture a hat?
Oh, that's the big question. question.
Yeah.
It can be 4 hours to like days, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you love it?
I love it.
So how many...
Doing it for 38 years.
38 years.
You've got to love it.
So you have a certain amount of selection that you do per season? You say, well, we only do 20 and that's it? Or
No, I just do whatever's ahead of me.
keep going?
Keep going.
Just all that creativity coming out.
All night, all day while it happens.
I could just imagine you sitting there to the last minute sewing beads on. You don't have any helpers or anything like that?
No.
Hello, I'm Emmanuelle and I'm representing Longines. We've got 6 watches, 3 for women, 3 for men. They are the wonderful French watches, and we're sponsored is they are between $1,000 and $5,000.
Hang on, it goes around the back.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a guy actually.
Oh, not bad, do you think?
Yeah.
Why is no one doing guy stuff? This one's a lampshade.
Because Millinery is actually making ladies' hats. Yeah.
Bummer. Hey, but you know, how long you been doing this for?
Been going on for about 9 years.
9 years, that's a long time. So what are the items, you've got a mixture of hats here made of different things?
Just 2. I've got cinema hats, which is what most of the ladies are going for now, but I've tried to get them.
Why is that?
It's very light, I think. It's more light than straw.
This one in a windy day, probably not a wise thing to wear.
I think it would be a lot wiser than one of those huge things.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, it's a bit like a sale going on here.
Yeah, try to do something a little bit different to the normal.
And like everybody else, they're all one-offs?
Definitely.
Yeah. Why is that a must?
Well, no one wants to go to the races and see their hat on someone else.
But they might see a different hat, same dress, though, huh?
Yeah.
That may happen. Tell us about the yellow one.
The yellow one and the one that you're wearing is my new foray into wire work.
Okay.
And the wire's fantastic. It's really light.
It is, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have it on your head all day, and you can just do some really fantastic, different.
Do lampshades as well, or?
Well, I'm thinking of getting into
that. Yeah, you're doing it, interior.
Yeah,
why not? Well, hey, great up there. They look fantastic, and have a great cup. You going to be there?
Definitely.
Are you wearing your? Is this like a secret hat for you that you'll keep until that day, or?
Maybe the one that doesn't sell, I'll be wearing.
I think they're all going to sell. I'll take this now. How much is this worth?
$4.50.
$4.50. Not bad for a bit of wire. Got Michelle here. Now you're fitting hats as well. You're fitting them?
Yes.
How important is it?
Very.
You have to custom make a hat?
Yes, you do. You look at the person's head size, and you look at their physical features as well as the outfit they're wearing, so that everything is properly balanced. And
okay, so you can't just wear any hat and say, "Oh, I want this one if my features are all wrong." You tell them that.
We make adjustments so that it suits the person.
Oh, okay.
We make modifications to a style.
So what, you could say, I want a longer face, so you do a longer hat?
Well,
or?
if a person has got a long face, a hat that tilts down to one side is always very flattering, rather than a hat that is worn straight on, because it can accentuate those features that perhaps you don't want accentuated.
Wow, well, who knew that? There was so much involved.
It is.
Now, what about colours? What's this season? Is there a seasonal colour, or is it just whatever goes?
Well, I think with Melbourne Cup anything goes. Most people like bright and colourful, but a lot of the colours at the moment are pastels, but they're pretty pastels. And smaller hats seem to be featuring this year.
They are. That means less work for you, yeah?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Now you've got this is actually fantasy hat. It's chicken wire.
Yes.
You moulded chicken wire.
Yes, I moulded chicken wire. I was
What were you thinking at the time? Just, I'll get the chicken wire out and away we go, or?
No, I was rummaging through a handcraft shop and I saw the chicken wire and I thought, oh, that could be interesting.
Bit of a challenge.
Developed from there.
There you go. How long did it take you to do this?
Probably about 2 days.
Oh, okay, not bad. So there you go. Bit of chicken wire, pair of pliers, and away you go.
Shoes and fancy fads are now the stairs. Help me, I got going. When I pushed the door, I saw in the door and Mary Lou swinging on the floor, going Sue came in the silk sarong.
Tell us about the hats and the fabrics that you use.
Well, I only use silks and silk linings.
Why those?
I love working with those fabrics, yeah.
And what is it about the fabrics? Are they easy to work with?
Well, they're easy to work with. They lend themselves to working, they lend themselves to working. They're flexible and...
These are all custom made, one-offs?
All one-offs.
Yeah, now everybody's doing one-offs, so during the Cup and all the whole carnival, how many hats would you be making? That's a lot of one-offs.
A lot of one-offs, and that's all I do.
So over the years, how many years have you been doing this?
Probably 3 years.
3 years, and how many hats would you say you've made in 3 years?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Do you take photos of them? Do you have a collection or memory?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Do you ever see them out there when you go to Cup? No.
No, I don't go to the Cup.
Why not?
I like to watch it on television.
Oh, okay. Have you seen one of your hats on television?
Yes.
Oh, good. How does that make you feel?
Fantastic. I love it.
Thanks. Do you think this suits me? I don't know.
I don't know.
To the side? What do you think? To the side?
Maybe like that.
Yeah, cover the face, you think. Right, thanks. That's my best angle. Made this out of real flowers.
They are real, very much so. Made today.
They won't last.
No, darling, they'll be dead like in about 2 hours. No.
Oh, a 2-hour hat. Now, how much is a 2-hour hat cost?
Actually,
by the hours.
No, well, it could be. No, it's actually constructed between 10 and 2 today. Yeah, I think they'll slowly disintegrate by about midnight.
So, say Oaks Day, hot sunny day, forget about it.
Exactly. Look, little story. A couple of years ago, I did Rhonda Birchmore for Cup Day.
Yes.
It was one of those exceptionally hot days. She had a long wig piece, ivy, fresh roses, the whole through. By 1 o'clock. Ooh, I didn't want to put my name on that.
You know how to kill your stars, don't you? How to kill a celebrity.
She comes back every year.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
She didn't learn.
She didn't see the back.
No.
It's just a skirt.
How is that? Is that a hat though? How do you wear that? Pop it on.
I will show you.
Okay. Get my head ready. Do you need a good head for this?
No, just a good neck.
Good neck. It's heavy. Okay. Oh, this could be dangerous.
Where are you?
A big head.
Garden of Eden.
There we go. I'm Tarzan. Who are you, Jane?
Don't you be swinging near me, lovey.
My head's falling up. I need a stick.
Now you can't drink too much with this on.
You're deflowering me, aren't you?
There you go.
Oh, it smells great. Smells great. What do you think? Is it me?
Orchids, Lily.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, bravo. I'm doing this. Do you know how many people are looking at me now?
You're a popular boy.
I've got an audience here.
That sort of thing, you're looking about $250.
For this?
Yes.
Do you do weddings?
Yes.
Funerals?
Bar mitzvahs?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Lovely.
It's just fabulous,
Would
darling.
you like me to take it off now?